we're gonna find out what slide's missing as we go along. Guys, I'm really excited to be here tonight. Thank you so much for having me. More excited because I started coming to this when we were at the TELUS building about a year and a half ago, and there was actually a contest where they asked the female founders in the room to raise their hands. And I was the only one that rose my hand. So I won hockey tickets. So I'd like to do this again. Can all the female founders in the room raise their hand? All right, more than one, nice. So you know what, guys? We're the tickets, we're just all winning because there are more women in the room, right? Thank you. So, I'm just really happy to be here and need to check my slides again. So thank you for having me. Basically, Pearl's Choice, my business that I've built, is a double-sided marketplace where Canadians can find access and information on senior living resources, particularly retirement homes. So when I really reflected on, what I could bring here today, I don't have 20 years of experience under my belt like Mr. Wave. But what I do have, and I think it's a theme today, is a unique experience during a time when intellectual property is hailed as king and large venture capital rounds are all the rage. I've started a company without either of these two things. My team and I have no plans to patent anything except our brand, and we've bootstrapped the entire way with a few strategic investments and a really keen focus on how we can build a deeply rooted community around our company. So for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to talk to you about how I decided to bootstrap Pearl's Choice, some of my epic failures, and basically why no money can buy the brand that I'm building. Oh, here we go. So when my partner Andrew and I sat down to think about what we really wanted from Pearl's Choice, where's Andrew? Hey, so when that guy and I sat down to think about what we wanted from Pearl's Choice, we decided on 3 things. So we wanted to measure our failure and success really quickly. We wanted creative freedom to make decisions with little oversight, and we wanted to work with people that were a lot smarter than us. Oh, we go back. So we sat down to think about venture capital versus bootstrapping. And the points around wanting to be able to measure our decisions really quickly, we figured that, if you felt the financial pain or gain of these decisions, you'd be more likely to take them seriously. Secondly, we wanted to really think about the way that we created our brand and the IP that we had. So we knew that if we had less money, we need to be more creative about the way that we spent it to build traction. And we also knew that we were building a business in senior living and tech. So we thought that if we could bring money in by engaging experts in both of these 2 fields, we'd be good to go. So the decision to bootstrap was made. All right, so we successfully started growing the team, and we brought on the former owner of Canada's 3rd largest retirement conglomerate. So this investment not only solidified a need for a business such as ours in the industry, but it gave us the funds we needed to build beta and sustain it for a finite amount of time. And build we did, and we thought she was so beautiful. So we launched the website, and it was a success. We had users coming in, we started bringing in revenue through beta. We were so excited. We actually also realized that the information we were collecting was really interesting. People who don't usually surf the internet were giving us really interesting info. Awesome, right? This could be really valuable one day. Oh no, we actually don't own the data. So we very quickly realized that we didn't own the data that we were collecting, and the back end that we'd built wasn't really scalable. So we went back to the drawing board and decided to continue growing our team by bringing in an investor who had built a career in tech. And we found a wonderful woman who built a career in programmatic and data-driven marketing. And we brought her on, quickly RFP'd the business, dropped beta, and went to build version 2. Now, I don't want to go too far into detail here, but we got about 60% of version 2 built and had to throw out the rest. So about 30% of the way, we realized there really was not a good fit between us and our new vendor. And our new tech investor had also informed us that they'd misled us on the ability to build the complicated back end we needed. So needless to say, the relationship quickly deteriorated and version 2 never saw the light of day. And you know what? We got what we wanted. So we wanted to measure failure and success really quickly, and we did that. I also had taken the hit really hard because I had autonomous decision making and I'd taken us down that path. And myself and our strategic investors realized we weren't using them in a hands-on enough approach. So we'd taken all this learning, and then tying this back to the way that we'd fundraised, had we more capital, we might have been feeding more money into version 2, trying to make our timelines work, instead of what we did, which was cut our losses, salvage what we could, and run. So run we did, and what we salvaged was a beautiful front end. We found version 3, and I'm happy to say that, it's bringing us returns. It's a great sort of foundation for us to build from. Now, this is awesome. I have a great product. People are using it. But because of the epic F-up, I don't have a lot of money to build marketing dollars. So I went and took another risk, and we took $750 and invested it into a community fundraiser to help seniors living in social isolation. So this $750 ended up turning into a fundraiser that raised $20,000. I ended up engaging 500 influencers, people who attended the event, people who donated, current clients, potential clients, which got me a mailing list, a sample size of 500. And this mailing list has a 96% open rate and a 92% click-through rate. This type of engagement has the ability to build power to our brand more than any PPC or targeted campaign can, in my opinion. But it's a slower burn, right? It's a different way of sort of looking at building traction. So basically, the moral of the story is, regardless of how you raise money, regardless of what industry you're in, regardless of who the heck you think you are, your journey as an entrepreneur is gonna look exactly like that. Thanks. All the slides were there.
Yours are there. Mine's not there. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Questions? Come on.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how you found that that promotional thing that you did for $750. Like, how did you find that, and how do you get connected with that?
Oh, so you must have misunderstood. I actually took $750, invested it in a venue where we could hold the event. So we had a fundraiser at the event. So we ended up getting sponsors and donors and raising $20,000 from that $750.
Oh, okay. So it's just you created the event on your own and it kind of threw something on your own.
You got it.
Good.
Yeah.
One last question.
Hi. I wanted to know, what was the timeline like for version 1 and version 2? How long did you stay with the bad websites until you got to the good one?
Yeah, so version 1 to version 2 was probably about 6 months. And then version 2 to version 3 was another 6 to 8 months. Yeah. Awesome.